It's time for the CMC Super Show.
CMC
Super Show.
CMC
Super Show.
CMC
Super Show.
CMC
Super Show.
CMC Super Show.
Good afternoon, Rota. It is me, Seaman, Hepburn, YF Menace, and you heard that intro, so you know what time it is. I am now joined with our installation CMC Master Chief Alvarado. How are you doing this afternoon?
Great, and good afternoon, Team Rota, Rota family, and nice to be back on the CMC Super Show this afternoon.
As always, and of course, Labor Day has come and gone, and that means that fall sports season for both the U.S. and here in Rota is back. So do you actually watch NFL?
I do from time to time.
Okay.
I don't have a specific team, though, unlike my peers, right? So I'm not a diehard, NFL teams, but I do have, I do follow a couple of teams, Dolphins and Chargers. Other than that,
pretty much same here. I only tune in for the halftime show at the Super Bowl. But of course, have you ever tried playing any fantasy football here?
I have done NFL, the fantasy football, and then also the fantasy for NBA, right? In the past.
Okay.
But of course, work got in the way and kind of slowed down the last 6 years, right?
Ah, okay, wow. And then, of course, best of luck to all of our Rota Middle and High School Admiral teams who have recently or about to start their fall sports seasons. And then, of course, the MWR's youth football season kicks off actually today, September 23rd. So, of course, you can sign up and get into the game. And then, of course, we had a very special guest a couple of weeks ago, celebrity chef Robert Irvine. And then were you able to grab any food with Chef Irvine?
Oh, that's a fantastic event right there. Yes, I did, and it was good.
Okay.
And also, I'm pretty sure I can speak for everybody that attended that special meal. Everybody had a great time. He is very welcoming. It was a great event overall.
Okay, and then word on the street is that we also have our own celebrity chef, though. Am I right, CMC?
That is correct. So we are fortunate to have a great team at the galley, staff galley, our chefs there, right? Led by our very own, of course, food service officer, Chief Ruiz, and the team. So we got recognized and nominated to compete for the NAE Award.
Wow.
For our region. So between the 5 contenders that we have, Suda Bay, CLDJ, and Naples, and any other locations, we're actually the one that's going to be representing Europe, Africa, and Central. So we're going to get some team together out here to do a pre-inspection, and definitely we'll need a handful of sailor power to assist our gala team. Do some beautification there and whatever need to be done, and we'll be ready for the competition.
Wow, that's a very incredible feat. Of course, I've had our galley food, and I will say it is the best galley that I've had in the Navy so far, so I do believe that y'all can win, for sure.
Yeah, let's cross in our fingers.
Yes. And then, of course, a big event happened last week, and I know CMC is about to explode if we don't talk about it soon, so find out more after a quick song break. Once again, I'm Seaman Hepburn, a.k.a. YF Menace, and we are back. And last week, 17 Chief Petty Officers and 3 Air Force Master Sergeants from NAVSTA Rota and 7 of its commands were pinned by friends and family. We are excited to be joined by one of our new chiefs, MCC Christina Brewer, and Master Sergeant Laru Naea.
Yeah, so welcome. In front of me, I have 2 of the newest Chief Petty Officer here in Rota. It's a pleasure to have both of you. So now it's a tradition for my CMC Super Show to ask a few questions, but we're gonna change it a bit this time in regards with the season and your experience, right? So first question, starting with you, Christina, introduce yourself first, and where you at, what you're doing here, and then your background, unit, and all that, and then we'll go with my first question.
All right, I'm Christina Brewer. I'm a reservist, and most of Rota knows me from the Liberty Center or all of MWR's events. the Ornery Elf, Winter Wonderland, and your MC during 4th of July. I drill with the unit out of Naples. I've been with them for 8 years. Actually, AFN Rota was my first command a long time ago when I first started out, so it's been fun kind of being back in the Navy and Rota the last few weeks.
That's good. Master Sergeant?
Yeah. Hey, I'm Master Sergeant Laru Naea, so I'm a maintainer by trade. Been in for 13 years, specifically avionics on heavy aircrafts like C-17s and C-5s. My family got here in September of last year, so we just hit our year, and I'm currently out of the 521 or 521st Air Mobility Operations Group, and I am the Quality Assurance Chief Inspector there right now.
It's great. So nice to have both of you here. So first question, what emotions and feelings you've experienced before or during the ceremony, and then after the pinning or during the pinning?
So feelings before the pinning were sleepy. During the pinning was, oh gosh, please don't mess this up and don't fall down the stairs. And then after was immediate hunger. Yes.
Yeah. All the same. Very exhausted. And final night is no joke. So I was extremely tired. But throughout the whole process, it was like a lot of stress and things like, we have a lot of stuff to learn and memorize. And I feel like that was double so for the Air Force, right? Because we're learning not just what it means to be a chief, but a lot of Navy things. So when it came to pinning day, after getting through that was like a huge relief, but also like an accepted responsibility to take this back to where I'm going, right? A lot of pride with pinning and going through this experience with everybody. It meant a lot to me.
Okay, that's great. Now, second question is for you specifically, what it means as an Air Force Master Sergeant to participate in the CPO mess.
Yeah. So it was definitely humbling, right? So I'm already a Master Sergeant, so, E7 equivalent in our service. But I told day one in our introductions with my group that I'm not going to be here pretending like I'm an E7 already. Like, I'm going through this experience to learn what it means to be a Chief Petty Officer in the Navy. And we're definitely different. But honestly, a lot of the things that I learned here, I took back in our first meeting in my unit, and I told them, like, hey, we have a lot to learn from the Navy, right? Over 130 years of season, 250 years in the Navy. We're still babies. And what it means to be a leader on your side, there's a lot we can gain from that. So it meant a lot to me to take that back and let them know, like, hey, things are about to change, because a few of us that went through this, we actually want to make some differences.
That's good. That's good to hear. All right, so MCC, work and sacrifices you have made to reach this point.
Yeah.
You're special because you're reservist and working at MWR at the same time, getting all that orders to participate, all that.
Yeah, so a lot of things that we talked about and were made clear to us was like remembering our family, right? And making sure we're taking care of not just ourselves, not just our sailors, but also our families, because they're a huge reason as to how we got here. And to stay close to my family is why I switched from active duty to reserves. Going through season with the active duty folks just made me miss it a lot more. I'm really lucky. MWR, the management team, all of my supervisors and above were more than supportive of letting me go on orders. There was never a question as to, like, from their end, as to whether or not I would be able to do it. But there have been a lot of emails since coming back to, it was weird, right? Going from your MWR, facing the community where I knew so many people on a different level and by first names, no last names, didn't know their rank, and then all through Chief season trying to remember who they were as far as the Navy was concerned. And then now, I was at the galley today talking to sailors about events and stuff, and all the chiefs are there, all the sailors that were like cheering us on throughout the whole season, and they're just like, it's so weird to see you in your polo and not your uniform. It feels weird, but I have to say thank you to everybody on the active side that was super welcoming and helped me remember, how to be in the Navy.
Yeah.
It was so fun, though. It was so fun.
That's good. Now, for you, Master Sergeant, journey to get here.
Yeah, so when I got here a year ago, Bobby, right, he works in my same office, different jobs, but he went through season and he was constantly out. I had no idea what he was doing. But then when this time came around, he kind of pulled me to the side and said, hey, I think you'd be a good fit for this. And he wouldn't tell me anything. So a lot of it was a giant question mark, but I knew it would be challenging. And I've done pretty well in my career, but I noticed, in myself, hold myself accountable, I started getting a little bit complacent, right? Like, just kind of going through the motions. So I wanted something to challenge me. And a lot of it is kind of like going back to basic training. When you step off that bus for the first time and you realize, like, hey, I rose my right hand to do something. This whole experience reminded me of that and how much it matters. And that the now big giant fellowship and support group that I'm now attached to, who, call my wife and check on my wife, like that, it means a lot. And I want to make sure I'm able to give that back and take that back to my Air Force people as well.
That's good. And then, of course, with the charge and challenge of a chief petty officer, right? So part of my speech during the pinning ceremony, I did talk to all of you about, hey, you're now a chief. You're no longer, crew, right? One of the crew. You're actually the chief. So there's a lot of things there that responsibility and as leaders that you have to take charge and figure it out. So that's one of the challenges or the charge that I kind of talk about. Think about, strategic picture, long range planning, vice, daily or weekly at max. When you were E6s, now as a chief petty officer, you really have to think. It's not about you. It's about everybody else around you, right? But the most important part too, you talk about it, Christina, earlier, is family, right? So having that work-life balance will really help you or us, even me, right? I have to do my best to, when I get home, I switch gear, switch hat. And I focus on taking care of my kids, my wife, make sure they're good. And then really our job don't stop until everybody's asleep. And then guess what? You got to figure out the next day to mix it up, right? So when you do the same thing over and over, come on, you're going to get bored, right? You got to get complacent. So sometimes it's okay to mix it up. So it's a lot of discipline, right? A lot of challenges there, but that's really what I like about season. It's not just challenging the new chiefs, but it's really challenging us as well to maintain or keep doing, enforcing standards, training, leading, and all that. So that's really a good part of the season for the chiefs to be able to really train and mold new chiefs, right? So even though you might be tired, we're tired too. Imagine with this is like a few months process, not previous month. It is like 9-10 months of planning. So hopefully we'll see you guys be part of that process, the planning and preparation for next year. So you guys, we're gonna be contacting y'all. Okay, so now another question I have: most important thing you've learned during the CPO selectee process. Starting with you, Laru.
For me, probably humility and trust, right? So we went through a lot of challenges trying to go about it in our own individual ways on trying to succeed that way. Long story short, that does not work. And it's honestly foolish to do so when you have such a large pool of established and experienced chiefs waiting for you to call to help.
Yeah.
Literally day one said it over and over again, and it finally clicked at some point, and we got some wins.
Was it the last day?
Yeah, it was around,
week 6,
the later
last week.
Yeah, the tail end of it. But seeing that and how when they said, like, if you need anything, I'm here for you, and showed up every time, that seeing that living proof and example was like the biggest takeaway. That now I'm glad to be a part of that, and also wanting to make sure that I'm that person for somebody too.
Okay. Christina?
For me, it was a lot of trusting myself, right? Everyone knows I can be a little self-deprecating, and I was talking with a lot of my mentors and like, well, is that the person you want to lead you, right? So kind of recognizing, my own shortcomings and saying, oh, you know what, you do know how to do this. Trust yourself, because you need to show other people that you're worth trusting. And if you don't trust yourself, then what sailor is going to come to you and say, hey, can you help me?
Okay. So now, what's next for both of you? Because I know in the Navy, usually you'll have, if you make chief, right, and then you gotta select orders for your next tour. So for you, MCC, being a reservist, so how does that process work? So please educate us on how that reservist piece work. You're gonna be able to stay here, do your supporting the community as an MWR rep, or you still gonna continue your drill time and all that stuff?
Yeah, no, you're stuck with me. I will be here. I'll continue doing my drill and stuff. I'll still, be supporting 6th Fleet. There are some other opportunities as far as maybe switching units to have opportunities to get more schools and do stuff so I can kind of become not only a better MC, but a better chief. And I'm going to just lean into it. And I'm going to maybe we'll have to leave for a little while to go on a MOB or something. But other than that, you guys I'm still here.
Okay, good. Then for our Air Force?
Yeah. So I obviously don't have to deal with worrying about orders. I'm here for 2 more years. But you heard me say like a lot, right? Through this whole experience, I want to take things back. But what's next for me is also being able to give back. Like I didn't just go through this for the notoriety of it or whatever. I want to be a part of something that I can give back to, and knowing how big of a mess this is and how important and how honestly very critical it was to my family even getting here. I want to make sure I'm able to give that back. And like I said, we have a lot to learn on the Air Force side. We're still babies. And it would be foolish for me to not use that experience that I got in this network of great minds and experience to tailor that and help shape our future. There's a lot of changes coming down from the DoD, as we all know. 6 weeks of PT every morning. That's definitely something I'm taking back to let everybody know. Hey, no fat chiefs, no fat Air Force senior NCOs either. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to taking this fire and setting things ablaze.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you to both of you for being our guests and sharing your experience the last few weeks with us, especially you, Master Sergeant. It's always a pleasure and it's always an honor to have other services, sister services, to participate during the CPO initiation. It's always, I always tell people, hey, other services usually get it the first week, And definitely it took y'all a few weeks before, because you put in alpha team, alphas in one team, right? It's going to take a minute to really figure things out. So thank you. I appreciate both of you showing up. So over to you.
Of course, and congratulations again on your incredible achievement joining the Chiefs Mess. We'll be back after a short song break with more guests on the CMC Super Show. In June, USS Oscar Austin returned from a 6-month patrol where they needed to launch missiles in self-defense and defense of allies and partners. Joining CMC today, we have 2 amazing sailors from that first patrol from Rota, ISC Bill Lapham and FCA 3 Rhiauna Rodriguez.
All right. Good afternoon, Rota family. CMC Don Alvarado here again. So in front of me, I have 2 outstanding sailors from USS Oscar Austin. So welcome, ISC and FCA3. So a few questions here. Before I do that, let our listener know a quick introduction.
All right. Well, I'm FCA3 Rhiauna Rodriguez. I've been in the Navy for about 2 years and on board the Oscar Austin since June. So really not that much time.
Okay.
And I'm ISC Bill Lapham. I've been in the Navy for 19 plus years now, getting ready to retire here in about 4 or 5 months. Been on Oscar Austin since last November. Just really enjoyed my time so far.
That's great. And, same here. I think when you guys home ported shift here, that's when I reported. So I was able to see you. The ship pulled in to Rota, and was part of that homecoming ceremony. Wonderful experience, and then really that was almost a year ago. Time go by quick.
Time flies.
Yeah, time flies. And then after that, you guys got here a little settled down, and then went on patrol.
Right back out there.
I joined them while they were like mid-patrol.
Mid-patrol, right? So. All right, so stuff that we want to talk about. Deployment recap. So you guys just recently came back. Keep it on class, nothing classified. You guys did the fun part, like the morale and the good food that you guys got in the galley. Places that you were able to see during your patrol. Give us a little bit of that.
Yeah, so originally it was supposed to be a 4.5 to 5 month patrol. We were out there in the East Med just operating. Did some cool port calls. We went to Suda Bay, Greece quite a few times. Anyone that hasn't been there, really amazing food there. Good people, nice beaches. And then we kind of got the call, hey, you're needed down in the Red Sea to go support an HVU, the carrier strike group that was down there. So that was a little surprising. Everyone was a little worried, to be honest, about that because it's a hostile environment for sure. But it ended up actually being a really great experience that I think everyone enjoyed, is really proud to have been a part of. And then after that, we got to come home to a great homecoming, and we got to have a combat action ribbon out of it. So it was a really great experience.
Oh, that's great. Experience on a ship?
Well, this is my first ship, and so I liked it. It was a really fun experience, and just being on board with everybody, and coming like straight out of sea school, and then getting to do what we were in school to do for so long. It was a really nerve-wracking, but then you had everybody else around you to support you, and they taught you all these different things you need to know, and just it was a lot of fun.
Okay, so where are you from originally?
I'm from Marietta, Georgia.
Georgia. So from Georgia, and then you went to A school, maybe
and
C school?
C school.
C school, and then Oscar Austin, and then cross Atlantic, and then now you're in Rota.
Yeah.
So how is that so far?
It was a really big journey, you know, because coming out of Georgia and then heading up north to Illinois for boot camp, and then heading to Virginia for C school, and then meeting the ship mid-deployment, and then just being on the ship and being in a whole brand new country when you've never been outside of the U.S. before. It's a whole brand new experience, which, I mean, like from my experience, I would hope like a lot of people would get to experience this too, and just get to experience what it's like in the Navy. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it is, definitely. So imagine me, over 26 years, I would say 18, 19 years overseas. I'm including Hawaii as overseas, right? 10 years there, almost 10 years. So yeah, it's a lot of years overseas, but I'm gonna tell you that between my wife and I and the kids, we kind of enjoy being overseas to explore, right? So that's one of the reasons why I joined the military. It's really, travel and see the world, and not gonna be able to do that if you're stateside, or you can, but it's gonna cost you more money, right? So glad you made it out of here. You're enjoying it. Now, how about you, Chief?
I love Spain personally. The people are very welcoming. I don't know if with this comment here, you're going to start to get to know a little bit about me. The food is amazing. I'm a big food guy. I said the same thing about Greece. So the food's really great. People are really great. One thing I am struggling to get used to, though, is the siesta, everything shutting down after 2 o'clock. I'm still struggling with that a little bit. But other than that, I love it here. It's a really great place to live. And like you said, CMC, a lot of travel opportunities, which my wife and kids and I, we're trying to take advantage of as much as we can.
Okay, good. So I've been to Suda Bay a few times, and of course been here before getting stationed here a handful of times as well. So I'm gonna ask both of you, for our listeners as well, food. What's your favorite Greek food, and then favorite Spanish food?
Favorite Greek food, I'm just going to go straight classic and go with the gyro. You can never go wrong with the gyro.
Okay. So she's shaking her head, you know, so same for you? Okay, how about Spanish food?
That one's tougher. You know, I'm going to be honest, I haven't even had paella yet, and my wife keeps bugging me to have paella because she says I'm going to love it. But really, just pretty much anywhere I've gone, I've ordered a lot of their steaks, and they've been really good. So I guess I'll go with that.
Okay, good. So I don't know if I should ask you, which one is better? Spanish food? Soul food, see?
Well, so I do love soul food. I love Jamaican food because I'm Jamaican.
Okay.
But I have not yet had a paella either because of the fact that they usually make it to share, and most of the time I'm out by myself. So it's like I can't just order that by myself. I could, but that would look away. But I do love the steaks for sure, and I haven't been to Greece yet. But I feel like I probably would like the gyro.
You should. You should try it.
The gyros are amazing.
Okay.
I'm going to go gyro. That would be mine.
Okay.
That'd be
That's
my
going to be
go-to.
the first thing I'll try out there.
Yeah, they're both different, right? I would say I like both. So now, same thing. What else can you share to our listeners and to us about being on board Oscar Austin? I know you have a great leadership there and a great team. I've met a handful of your crew and a handful of family when you guys were away the first time. So I've encountered and interact with a handful of them to support them, make sure they're okay. So give us more that experience on board the ship.
Okay, well, yeah, because like being on board, I mean, being away from family and then joining this whole brand new family, I mean, it's been a really big experience. But everybody in my division and in my work center are like a huge help. They're like a family that I didn't know until now. Are they really crazy? Yeah. But I mean, that's what makes us all unique. I mean, we all come from different experiences, different backgrounds, but we're all here to do the same job or do the same thing. And so we all just kind of rely on each other if we need help or if we need to talk to anything, or just go out in town, go hang out, something like that.
That's good.
So, I mean,
and that's how you're supposed to do it, right? Have fun. Work is work. That sense of purpose, being part of something bigger than yourself. That's what motivates a lot of us.
Yep, 100%.
I think for me, a lot of the benefits that I have being the only intel guy is I get to give like the why to a lot of people. Like, why are we doing this mission? Why is this important? And I really just enjoy giving that why to people. Kind of motivates people like, oh, we're fighting for this reason or this mission or this operation. And I just really enjoy that aspect of the job personally.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, we've got to hear more from our USS Oscar Austin shipmates after this tune, so stick around. And we are back with the Oscar Austin team to talk a little bit more about their experiences.
All right, good afternoon. Team Rota family, CMC Alvarado back on air again with our two outstanding sailors from USS Oscar Austin. So let's talk about work-life balance. So what do you do outside of work when you're off the ship?
Like when I get off of work, I'll probably just head back to my barracks and then walk around, maybe outside town for a little bit.
Okay.
Just kind of just exploring the sights and seeing what's around.
So let me ask you this. Have you been to Liberty Center?
Liberty Center? Yes, I've been to Liberty Center.
So how do you like that?
I like it there. I like the Liberty Center because there's so many options there. There's so much to do. Plus, there's like 2 different sessions. One where you can study, one where you can play in game. Plus, you can just hang out with your friends, stuff like that.
Do you have a movie theater?
I haven't been to the movie theater as of
It's
yet.
right there.
I know it's right there, but I just haven't been to the movie theater yet because we haven't really talked about going to it yet.
No, I'm talking about movie theater in the Liberty Center.
Oh,
You know, they have a room there.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Okay,
used that
so
yet.
have you used one of the 2 or 3 massage chair that they have there?
Yes, I use the massage chair. 100% would recommend that massage chair.
Do they have a time limit when you use it anyway? If there's like 2 other people waiting, are they rushing you up or say, hey?
Not really, because like whenever I went, there wasn't really a lot of people there.
Okay.
So it's just like you can just sit in there for like 30 minutes and nobody will bother you.
Okay,
So I mean,
good.
it was really fun.
All right, so I see. Are you married?
I am.
You got family here?
I do, yes. My wife and 3 kids they're back home listening. Hi kids. Hi, wife.
So how old are your kids?
12, 10, and 8.
All girls, boys?
My 2 oldest are girls, and
Okay.
then my youngest is my son.
Okay, good. So now they've been here. So since you've been back, have you guys been anywhere in Europe?
Well, I was fortunate enough for my last command to actually be in Germany, so we've traveled through Europe quite extensively.
Mm-hmm.
We've been lucky enough to do that. But since we've been here in Spain, we traveled to Ronda.
Okay.
I don't know if
It's
you've
a good
been there
place,
yet.
yep.
It's
My wife
really,
did.
really scenic.
Yeah.
If you get an opportunity to go there, they have an old, what do you call those, bullfighting rings.
Uh-huh.
That was really cool to see and explore. And then while I was gone, I was a little jealous. While we were on deployment, my wife and kids got to go to Morocco. So
Oh, nice.
we're hoping to do that again so I
Yeah.
can go. 'Cause I
Yeah,
haven't been
so
to
we've
Morocco
done
yet.
that. We've done that. It's a pretty cool experience. I have 3 girls myself, 3 kids, all girls though, young, 8, 6, and 4. So we've been to Morocco. So it's a kids-friendly area to visit. More than 4 or 5 days though. I don't know, right? You gotta.
Too much?
Yeah, it's gonna be too much.
Too much.
All right. So you said you were in Germany. Were you stationed in Germany before as an IS?
I was.
Or
I
was
was
it-
stationed
okay.
as part of AFRICOM there for
Okay.
4 years.
So how long was that your tour there?
For 4 years I was there. I was part of the watch floor team supporting AFRICOM.
Okay, so you're really familiar with the Christmas markets,
Oh, yeah.
specifically in Germany, right? So for you, Petty Officer Rodriguez, that's something that I highly encourage you to do while you're here. It's coming up. I would say pick 1 or 2 places. I mean, you can knock out, 2 or 3 of them if you really plan it up. I mean, it's a cool experience. We've done it when we were in Sigonella. I've done it last year, Germany. Definitely a must for all our listeners if you have not really experienced that Christmas markets. They're all over, not just in Germany, but I would say we have a great spot here too in Spain, major cities. They do all that all over Europe, so highly encouraged. How about you?
So I have not done any Christmassy things yet either. Well, actually, so before I was even in the military, I did a German-themed Christmas festival in Birmingham, England.
Okay.
And that was actually pretty cool. But it was still German everything. Like it was, the hot chocolate was different and, it was still fun. So it was nice. But this year I'm hoping to either go to Madrid for the Christmas lights and stuff or maybe actually go to Germany for those Christmas festivals.
Okay. Good. And what's coming up? We're talking about Germany, Oktoberfest, right? So do you guys, are you guys planning to go, any of you?
I'm not planning to go this year. I have been in the past. It's very fun.
Yeah.
For anyone that hasn't gone, it's a great time. It's not just beer drinking like everyone thinks it is. It's like a fair, right? There's rides, there's stuff to do for everybody, for kids, all ages. It's a really good time. So if you haven't gone, definitely recommend it.
Highly recommend it. Okay.
Alrighty. And of course, it's not often that we get to have some of our seagoing sailors here at AFN, so we are thrilled that they could come by today and talk about their mission here in the Gateway of the Mediterranean. We will be back with CMC for installation updates in just a moment. Once again, I'm Seaman Hepburn, aka YF Menace, and we are back with our CMC, and he has a lot of public service announcements.
All right, good afternoon, Rota family. Just a few installation updates. New traffic court and ticketing process. Our security team is launching a ticketing process to ensure Team Rota are good ambassadors of the United States while guests in Spain. So each offense will rack up points. Max points will be 12 points in 12 months or 18 points in 24 months. We'll suspend driving privileges for 6 months, depending on the case. But we do have, if you want to appeal your ticket, we do have a traffic hearing court occurring monthly. So if you need when and where on the real security, but I believe it's Wednesday, but I will double check that. And then this is another way that Naval Station Rota aims to be a good guest of our Spanish host and to ensure that our Rota community is safe for you and your families. And then same thing, you should be tracking the electric pole cleaning, power outages throughout the base, including housing. If you don't, I have that for you. So Saturday, October 4th and Sunday, October 5th. And why are we doing it? It's really a preventative cleaning of electrical poles across the installation. We have started throughout the main core area of the base last week, and it's going to be all to mid-October. Once we're done on the back end of housing and our bulk fuel tanks, and we should be good to go sometime October. So you may see some work trucks and personnel around the housing area, so slow down, follow the signage, and stay safe out there. That might be a great opportunity for all of you to travel and do a day trip somewhere with your family and friends. And then another thing here too is free MW activities for you to avail from. Housing pool will have open normal hours 12 to 1900, but be prepared to take a cold shower. And then of course Flix Theater, free movie Saturday at 1300 and Sunday at 1300 as well. And then you're gonna have, if you like bowling, they're gonna offer some free bowling with free shoes for U.S. DoD ID card holders Saturday and Sunday from 1000 to 1500. And trunk or treat. So go to MWR social page, Facebook page. They have information in there. I believe it's already open for registration. Still asking for volunteers. Not volunteers, but really if you're interested in having your vehicle registered for that, please see Liberty Center or go to MWR Rota Facebook page for more information.
Yes, and then once again, thank you to our newest Chiefs MCC Brewer and Master Sergeant Laru Naea, and our warfighters aboard USS Oscar Austin, ISC Bill Lapham, and FCA 3 Rodriguez, of course, for coming to our show to talk more about their jobs and upcoming events. Remember, you can always listen to the CMC Super Show anytime by using your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Pandora, and Amazon Music.